It's your host, Frank the Tank, and today we're going to talk about the Note 10 Plus. So, I do own the existing Note 8, not 9, 8. I skipped 9 because I didn't like some of the features, but I've been holding on for quite a while. It's been there, but now it's starting to fail that I needed to upgrade. I like the Note. You know, I take a lot of notes. I do use the pen a lot. The casing, this case sucks right now, to be honest with you. It's very heavy duty, but after I broke out, I didn't want to more damage it. It's a Pelican case, you know. I'm not quite sure if it's going to fit on this one because we're going to see how we're going to set it up, see how thin it is. So this is without the Pelican case. Still mint condition in the back. It's all glass too on the Note 8, and we're going to compare it side by side with the 10 Plus. All right, like I said, I skipped 9. I didn't get 9, but we are gonna go ahead and do a comparison with the 8. I do have a 9 that I could borrow from somebody, but unfortunately it's just like it's not gonna happen. I want to get this over and done with, so my upgrade is necessary. So one thing I hate from this Note 8, first of all, is this Bixby button that you have in here. I'm not quite sure if you guys can see it on the light. I'm using natural light today. This button here is just horrible. It's just really horrible. I keep hitting it all the time. It keeps going to this Bixby crap. The thumb read right here in the back, it's one of the worst ones. So if you want to save passwords and stuff like that, this is the worst place to put a freaking fingerprint reader. It does have 2 of the camera sensors, so it does balances. Actually, this one has better camera than this one. Same megapixels as the 8 and 9, as the 9 actually, not the 8. So we're looking at the same kind of camera. It's just with more features on it. So we're also gonna look into what's the difference between this one and this one in the back and the front. The pen wise on the old one, it's a basic pen. There is a button. I always click on the button. I'm always hitting that little button, and it's a pain in the ass because you're writing and it clicks away. It's trying to save. Picture wise, you could take pictures. You could do all sorts of things. You could change the points on it too also. It charges within itself too, just like the basic one. This pen is okay. It's not the greatest. 9 started getting a little bit better, but like I said, 8, it's becoming a lot better than the previous one that they had. So we're gonna go ahead and look at it, and this is, like I said, this is my old one. We're gonna compare it side by side. So we're gonna put this one on the side here. This is the 8. Put it on. Actually, I'm gonna take it out and we're gonna unbox this one. Right? Let's go ahead and unbox this one. And this is the Note 10 Plus. I did not go for the 5G. There is no reason for you to get the 5G for another $300. It's ridiculous. There's only a couple cities that are hitting it, and you have to be within certain. If you guys don't know the technology of 5G, it's gonna take another 3 or 4 or 5 years even to get some antennas in your local city. The reason is that 5G antennas have to be within certain range of each other to get the actual speeds. So you got to pretty much be 150 yards away from an actual antenna to get the 5G speeds. Unless you're gonna sit your ass all day and do 5G and watch your internet and stream under antenna, then go ahead and get one. But you know, radiation and other stuff that hasn't been proven yet, you could be facing a lot of more stuff than just that. So 5G, don't recommend you 5G at all. Wait another 5-6 years when this thing's common. Right now, it's not going to be common, especially with the tariffs right now. Companies that were set to sell this stuff to us, the 5G antennas, it's going to hit us big. So set back another couple years until you get this. You'll see what I'm talking about. Come back and see this video maybe in 5 years to say, oh, this guy was full of crap, or this guy was right. Never know. So that's my opinion. It could be anybody's opinion. It's my opinion. What I think about 5G. 5G is not going to be available. It's supposed to be on and up and running in like 2 years ago. I still don't see the major cities getting anything. There's a pocket full of little 5G spots here and there, but that's where they want you to be at, mostly the popular areas. Stadiums will have them, of course. You know, those are the first places they're going to have them. People are going to do live streams. Conventions, they're going to have them. You know, that's where you're going to have, right, the 5G. So it makes sense to have it if you're traveling, you're doing this stuff, you're doing promoting at stadiums. Maybe it's time because they are going to start those parts. People that have the money and they know that there's functions, downtown Disney, big population areas, they were going to have 5Gs. So it makes sense to have 5G if you're streaming from there, if you're going to be watching a movie, if you work in that area, maybe. But right now, if you're like at home, sitting home, you're away from anything, you haven't even got fiber in your area, then I recommend you don't get 5G at all. So let's go ahead and open this up, all right? So first of all, box itself, there's another box in the bottom of it that if don't miss it. This is kind of a hidden spot. It's in here, and I almost missed it if I didn't flip the box over. In here, let's see what they give you in here. They give you this important item here. If you guys don't know, then you're way behind. So this one pretty much is to unlock your SIM card. And actually, it's just like the old CD player where your CD used to get stuck on your computer. You need a needle to actually pop it out. This is pretty much the same concept, but this is going to pop up not just the actual slot, but the card, the SIM card, the memory card, everything's going to be in there. So they give you that, and they give you a couple of instructions and follow-ups and a couple of quick guide reference to the whole system. Don't need it. You know me, I don't really need this stuff because I've been working on it. I know what it takes. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, I'm not going to remove the tape out of this, the glue or anything, because right now, as you can see, there is no cover. And there actually is a cover that Samsung gives you off the front right now. You could take it off if you want to, or you could add to it. It's up to you. Right now, I'm not touching it. I'm going to leave it as it is because it's a little sensitive. But there is a wraparound that goes all the way to the back, and it takes off the whole thing. Now let's compare this one with the back end, and I'm gonna bring in the 8, the back of the 8, and see the difference on it. And if you guys see the 8 and the 9 and the 10, I mean 8 and the 10, it's about the same thing, other than the fingerprint reader and the camera changed completely. Size wise, it looks like about the same size. Actually, the 10 is a little tiny bigger, a little larger, and I don't even know if it's gonna fit on this old case, this Pelican case that I have from the 8, and the cameras won't fit. So let me see if I can even compare it to it. Nope, there is no way. It's a lot larger than, a little larger than the 8, and if you guys can see, I'm gonna flip it around so you guys can see more of it. And right now the 8 is actually smaller than the 10. Fingerprint wise, there is no fingerprint. It's all built in the glass itself now, and I am going to do a video on it, on the comparison on the actual cameras, before and after, and the new functions that you have on this. You know, today we're just going to do an unboxing and in comparison on it, but I am going to work on the video as soon as I'm done with this one. We're going to compare it with the video cameras and see how well, and I'm not only that, I'm going to film on this camera and see how well it works. So the 8, I'm sorry, it has a slim look on the side. It kind of curves on the side. This one kind of looks like it curves all around. So this one is actually pretty good function. Pen wise, let's open the pen wise. The pen is a little slimmer, slickier. Button is smaller, and it feels like I'm not going to click on it all the time. It's a little higher. Whatever they did on the design, they're doing a good job. So let me see if I can bring the camera here closer. There it is. I don't know if you guys can see the button. It's in there, the button. Still clicks just like the old one. I'm going to bring the other pen. 2 pens. One's a lot larger than the other one. Actually, they're about the same size. I'm not going to lie to you. They're the same size. Yeah. Button wise, the button is smaller on this one. It seems like it's a little bit more embedded in the system instead of like over bezel like this one. The button's a little smaller. They both click at the same time. They both do everything. The function wise, looks like they're gonna do the same thing. So pen wise, the colors are different, of course, you know, and it depends on the phone that you get too. You know, there's different colors out there, but the pens, they look identical, other than the silver and gray silver, and this is black because of the mold I got. So turning it around, it's all black base. I didn't get the white one. I didn't get the silver or the rainbow like everybody else. It just looks like a basic black phone. Pen wise, I like it. It fits slimmer. The only thing people are not gonna like, but the functions on this one, is that they completely got rid of the audio jack, and it's all based on USB Type C. And this is Type C too, but there is an audio jack on ours. There's an audio jack on the 8. There's an audio jack on the 8, and there's a Type C, and there's a pen input, of course. And here we have the mic. I believe it's a mic or audio feature here. I'm not quite sure. I have to read about it. But you have the Type C, and then you have some speakers, and then you have your actual pen input. On the top of it, let's compare it here. On the top of it, let's flip it around so you guys can see a little bit more. On the top of it, the camera is just one camera here. This one has a speaker, and it has 2 cameras and a sensor. Actually, like 1 camera and a sensor for the front camera. There is no button in there, no input information, no nothing. It's all slim. It's all curving down the same way, same path. Not a big difference on the size from the front actually, but it seems like this one's actually wider. The 10 is a little tiny wider than the other one. In fact, if I put it over it, it leaks through it. It's a lot wider actually. It's like maybe a centimeter wider. Let me see if I could compare it to you guys can see it. No. Oh yeah, here goes. Here goes. I'll put this one over this one, all right? So you can see how much it leaks over. And there is a leak over right there. If you guys can see it, let me see if I can move just a little bit, like make sure it touches the corners. You guys can see that it is like a centimeter or 2 maybe larger. But if you guys can see it, I'm not quite sure if you guys can. Let me move it. There you go. That's a better angle right there. You guys can see the black of the other phone on the over. If you guys see it right there, so it's a lot larger, a little tiny wider. You know, width is larger. The length, it's about the same length, to be honest. Same length, just a little bit width. The width is a little larger. This one feels about the same as holding this one, but of course there is a little difference on it. You could tell it's you have to curve a little bit more your hand. I gotta turn it on and do the features on comparison on it, on the camera, and new stuff that it's included in it. Can't wait to try it out. I just want to do unboxing of it. And oh yeah, let me show you something pretty neat about this. So let's go ahead. I was asking you guys about this thing, and we're gonna open it up right now that it's off and see how easy it is to do it. So on this one, you can actually put up to a terabyte a space now. Before, the memory card wasn't capable of handling 1 terabyte space. Now they're saying it's possible. Now when you open it up, there's a memory card slot here for the SD card right here, a little tiny micro SD card right here. And then if you keep pushing it, you get the 4G card. It's not a 5G. This is not a 5G phone, but it's a 4G card. It's in there. This is what your provider will provide for you, but it's made in the same slot. It has a rubber. Let me see if I could put this a little closer. It has rubber ends here for the waterproof. It's not 100% waterproof, but like I said, memory card will go on this slot right here, up to a terabyte you could put in now. This is a 250 gig hard drive. You're really, I mean, I'm not going to use over 250 gig. In fact, at the other one I have, it's 60 gigs. So not that much of a difference. The micro SD card is embedded in the same slot. It's in the same slot, same place, and it pretty much, you know, follows the flow. And let me make sure that this is properly set, because I'm going to activate it right now and I want to mess the whole damn thing up. So they give you the Type C connection, and they give you an extension here. It's a Type C with the audio jack. So let's go ahead and open that up. Let's see that. Let's open those. I want to see how they look. And let's open those suckers up. And of course, this is a larger format. This is the oh, I like this. Look at this. They give you the type of earplugs for the headsets. You know, if you have big orejas, big ears, you're gonna need the larger one. You got little tiny mouse ears, or they're not actually tiny, they're pretty big. So now this one is all set up. It looks like it's nylon with plastic, of course. I like the setup here. So unwrap them. The one thing that they do give you, and it's just probably something that you're gonna have to buy down the line. If you break these, you're gonna have to buy an adapter, or you're gonna have to go wireless, either one. So they give you a Type C audio jack. AKG, the brand. All right, so they do give you the push to talk here features. You know, they give you next a plus and a minus for the audio jack. Center button. You guys know how to answer phone calls, how to hang up phone calls, how to change, how to hold. All that's in the manual too also. And there's plenty of sites that will give you all that information. These earplugs are pretty decent. They fit in. They actually fit in better than the last ones. They go all the way through. They kind of curve with your ear canal. Your ear canal, I'm sorry, ear canal. So they're a lot quieter surrounding. There is a little plastic that you have to remove here. I don't know why they put the plastics there, but you remove the little plastics. No reasons why it's in there, but I would say remove it because it might go in your ear if you one of these days you're not paying attention. So nylon, you know, so you don't have to rip it too much. If you walk out of it, you connect it. There's only one feature. It could go either way, either or. It does work with the actual 8, so it does connect with the 8. It's compatible with the 8. It's compatible with the 9, so the same features. But the 9 does have an audio jack too. This one doesn't. This one completely got rid of the audio jack, so we're looking at no audio jack on the 10. And you do need this, or you're gonna have to buy yourself an adapter. And this works with the actual iPhone too. You have an iPhone, these will work with the iPhone too. Any jack similar to this is compatible. The new iPhones, they're all coming out like this now. They're gonna be compatible. Everybody's going with this because of the charging station. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about the charging station on this one. So say you have 100% charge on this sucker, right? And you just need to charge this phone, and you could just put this one on here and put another phone over it, and it'll start charging automatically. And we're gonna do a comparison. We're gonna do some extra features on it and see how if it's even worth it. So if you guys like what you see, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and we are out.